Good day, gamers. PurpleMentat here, bringing you episode 3 of FortressCraft Evolved. And once I got back to base with a load of iron, I realized that I was being a bit of a derp because I had another extractor sitting right here, not doing anything. Oh, no, you come with me. And now that I've got 100 coal in this hopper, I really don't need to be mining that coal right this instant. So there's no need to wait for the iron to process. Just go ahead and pick up that extractor with your right click and bring it on over to wherever you happen to have found your lithium. Come on. It doesn't like to pull you down through blocks. Ow. And grapple fail. You will experience many grapple fails in this game. Learn to love them. Ow. Anyway, just grab the extractor off of your coal, or if you are overloaded on one of the others, go ahead and grab that instead. Bring it down to wherever your lithium happens to be. Get it started. All you need is, I'd say like, why did I put down the energy transmitter? Purple dirt out in force today. First we have how not to grapple with Mentat, and then we have placing the wrong item in the world. Alright. You only need probably 8 or so ingots to really improve your quality of life while you're caving and mining. So I'm going to wait here for that and then take them home and process them. And then we're going to turn some of these these basic transmitters into advanced ones, make some more power storage, and I'm going to show you how we're going to handle the long term of this mine. Back soon. Back at base, we've got a few of our lithium bars finished, and as you can see, I've gone through and recollected the basic laser energy transmitters we made back in episode 2. I'm actually going to need one more of those for maximum material efficiency and just getting rid of the ones that I have. You can upgrade those into a laser energy transmitter Mark 1 with 1 iron bar and 2 lithium bar per 2 basic laser energy transmitters. We're going to go ahead, make ourselves 3 of these. Now, these don't have any extra range compared to the basic, but what they do have is the ability to transfer more power in one go. We're actually going to need one more of these to get our power all the way downstairs. But you'll be able to see that these can do up to 10 per second, rather than less than 1 per second. And then if we use, say, that diamond lens, we can upgrade that further. I really need to, make this platform proper. I don't have any of that stone, though. What do I have that I can use? I've got regular rock. It's not the same, but that's alright. Bam. I love build to me mode. I don't know what he just did. The robot has like random sayings built into him. There. Now we have a nice big platform here. And last transmitter. Send that down. Now it's going to have the same problem that the other one did. It's not going to quite reach, which is why we need to make at least one more before we have our power down below where it's super useful. The very first thing we're going to fully power is going to be probably iron, because we're going to want to start making iron and tin, I think. So we're going to want to start making a lot of these storage hoppers. That'll make life easier. I have exactly enough lithium on hand to make just one more. Still, that's all I need for the moment. Crafting. There we go. Fantastic. This took me considerably longer to be upgraded to the Mark 1 laser energy transmitters when I was playing in the sparse world. Part of that was it was my first playthrough, and I didn't really know what I was doing yet. So I didn't even get a lithium mine set up for quite some time. The other part of it was just, it's so expensive in terms of energy and everything else when you're not playing on the plentiful settings. And there we go. Now, our battery here, the power storage block, will refill quite rapidly, 10 per second. That's going to be fantastic for us. Because if I position myself where I can see my... Yep, there we go. I can add power right like that. And I can extract the resources from here. So now I can myself be a bit of a transfer node. And insufficient energy is not a big deal because it's going to refill at 10 per second. Now, if we really want to accelerate things, we also have access to the materials we need to make a better engine. But for right now, I'm going to focus on collecting enough iron and lithium to be able to... Well, actually, I think I need other things as well. I'm gonna focus on getting all of my extractors full of power. And then we'll move on from there once we have the ability to create a bunch more of these energy blocks and these laser transfer nodes. Once my extractors are full of power all the time without me needing to do anything manually, then life will be really, really good. Don't know why it's telling me that 4 are having problems. Oh, no, it should only be 3 having problems. As you can see right now, the copper is staying full from the power block that it's attached to, which is nice. One of these days, I'm not going to be able to use that fall arresting grapple trick, and on that day, I will die multiple times before I build myself a proper lift. So I need to build the lift in advance, or risk just sudden cessation of existence. Let's put it that way. Someone being very noisy outside. Alright, so there you have it. Powered, and now it's time to start collecting the resources, take them back home to get smelted, and then we're going to start moving things on their own and get some automation going. See you soon. Alrighty, we're back at base with a pile of materials, some of which have been processed. First things first, more storage hoppers. We're going to get 3 of these put together. 2 of them we're going to use right here. One on the top, and one on the side. This we're going to point at, and as you can see, you can hit E to tackle the lock status. We're going to tattle this to remove only, which means that machines adjacent to it can only remove items from the hopper. See? Only from the hopper going out, as the little arrow on the side shows you. And for this one, we're going to tell it add only. Machines are only allowed to add materials to this hopper. As you can see, the little arrow is only pointing in. Now, if I point at this guy and tell you, and I hit T to store my copper, my iron, and my lithium in there, I've used 64 of the 36 slots, 64 of the 100 slots, leaving 36 slots free, and the ore smelter here will supply itself and empty its contents into this. That's going to make my life a lot easier back at the base. Now, I need more of those storage hoppers, one next to each of my smelters out in the world. And I'm going to go ahead and take this one as one of the ones I'm going to use, because again, well, actually, I can't do that now, can I? Oh, never mind. This will work out just fine, because this hopper is also directly next to my central power hub, which means I could store, say, 20 coal in there. If I hold shift and drag the item in my inventory to a different slot, it'll bring up the split stack function. And if I then attempt to put coal into a hopper, it will usually choose the smaller stack. Why did you do that? Bad machine. Naughty. Okay. Moving on. I definitely need more of the... what do we need? I need more of these. That's going to take 10. And I need more of these. That's also going to take 10. So I need to wait, go get some more tin to process. Also, importantly, my primary copper vein has moved out. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and research improved ore scanning. And that gives us the recipe for the, well, we've got the resin ping because we found hardened resin. Interesting. Go ahead and research that while we're at it. This gives us access to the blank ore ping, which requires copper wire and tin plate. We don't have the ability to make either of those yet. To make those, we first have to research the Advanced Research Project, I believe. Yeah, that will allow us to make the PCBs. Once we have researched the Advanced Research Project, we can hit up the new tab that was opened up with the more advanced machines to build a stamper plant, an extrusion plant, which will allow us to make the plates and wires we need to make the blank ore pings. For the time being, though, we need to go get that tin moving before we can make any of that happen. So, I'm going to go ahead and clear out my hotbar a little bit because I don't know why I have all of that stuff on there. And, right, I can't make any of the things I want until more tin. That's fine. Just like with the extractor back home, by putting one of these storage hoppers onto an extractor out in the world, it's going to cause that extractor to be able to fill up 100 of the resource in question. So we'll stick one next to the copper, even though that copper is about to be fully depleted. There was only the one block left, and one next to the tin. Not like that. There, that's better. These you don't need to worry too much about how they are set. Have more power. There you go. Can I... Ooh, clearing. That means that that guy is probably all done. Yep, the last block that it was attached to is now gone. We are really going to need to find that copper now, aren't we? So, what can we do to help ourselves out? Well, we can at least get that tin powered. If the copper's no longer being mined, then I don't need that extractor there. And if I don't need that extractor there, then I don't need that block blocking the path of the power beam. Which will let the power get all the way down through the torch, as they happily pass through torches, into the tin ore extractor. And if I want to get fancy about it, I could split the beam by putting that power block back into place. But we'll work on that once I have more laser transmitters. There we go, 32 tin ore already. Fantastic. So yeah, this will stack up 130 odd tin for us, which is very nice. And as soon as I have another laser transmitter, we'll be able to start iron working the same way. I'm going to work on getting those machines together and show you how they're used so that we can go find tin more. I mean, another nice large copper vein more easily. All right, got some storage hoppers, slowly but surely processing more and more of the resources from the mine. Made myself the stamper plant in the manufacturing plant over here. 5 tin, 1 copper. And as it says, it's a conveyor-based machine. So if I put this down here, in line with my conveyor belts, and then I toss into this input hopper some tin bars and some copper bars. I've already separated 5 out. I've been informed that the last stack in the inventory is the one that goes in. Let's see. Yep. 5 went in. Excellent. So that will get me the 5 copper plates and the 3 tin plates. Unfortunately, the stamper moves at its own speed. The regular conveyors move quite quickly in fast conveyor mode. That's actually kind of exciting. Just a matter of waiting for this to complete, and then we'll be able to make its partner in crime, the extruder. And let me double check. Blank ore ping requires tin plates. So I'm going to put 2 more tin bars in there. There we go. And that's the last of the bars. Which means we should have enough on hand now to make the extrusion plant. 3 tin plates and 5 copper plates. And rather than worry about building a new set of conveyors and such, we're just going to replace the one with the other for the time being and get those off our hotbar. Now we're going to need a couple of copper wire. I believe it's just the 2. And you can watch the bars go in and be extruded out the other side as little bundles of wire. Now, when you have the plate and the wire,
crafting,
you can make yourself the blank ore ping. Then you need to enter your personal crafting by pointing away from the thing and the manufacturing plant, hitting C, and moving over to the mining tab? Where are you? Ah, here we go. The, I guess, natural resources tab. Copper ore ping is going to cost us blank ore ping and a copper ore each. Well, I've got a couple of copper ore in here. There we go. So I accidentally remove everything and then put back the stuff I'm not going to use right now. And that'll get us
crafting.
Excellent. Oh, you know what? I haven't crafted the other blank ore ping yet. Let's do that.
Crafting.
And copper ore ping.
Crafting.
Now, when I left click with this item, or right click? How do I use this thing? It's probably with my scanner? Odd. Ooh, there we go. As you can see, you click it and it lights up the copper. Oh hey, and it's not immediately expended either. It said it was a consumable item. Oh, it did consume it, it just didn't show that. I wonder why I wasn't able to left click it so quickly before. Anyway, there's 2 relatively large copper ore veins nearby. So, I'm gonna dig down towards, ooh, you know what, but that one's right near the hive. Well, I have one more, oh well. We'll go around the hive. Or, you know, dig straight into the side of it. That's like around, right? Ah! Well then. Note to self. Down the side of the hive, there's a hive, there's a very far drop. That's fantastic. Oh hey, look, we know where this is. Problem then becomes, where's the ore? Well, if we ping known ore, we should be able to see that nice big bunch of it that was nearby. Except I'm really not seeing anything that looks like it, you know? That's the tin vein over there, I believe? Maybe? Or the lithium? I'm not certain now. Alright, well, I'm going to do some exploring with pinging known ore as I foolishly wasted my blank ore pings. So, we'll check that one as that seems relatively close to the surface. And it might be copper, or it might be coal, or who knows what it is. And, once I find... Ooh, here we go. Rubble. Rubble, rubble. Iron. We have an iron ore vein here. But that's only part of what's down there. There's another ore vein right next to it. Wow, a lot of ore. There's a copper ore vein. Be a good one. 1.1328 million ore. That qualifies as a good one. Alright, so I want to be at least here. Fantastic. Oh yeah, that's perfect. This is beautifully perfect. Don't die. Ow. Ow again. Bad at this game. So, let's see exactly where that ore vein was again. This looks like a flat face, so that's a great place to build some extractors onto it. Let's get some torches up. Or a torch at least. At the very least. Why do I care about the flat face? Well, you'll see when I decide to start parallelizing and increasing my throughput. Yeah, this'll do nicely. Fantastic. And let me show you how I am transmitting my power around. Well, actually I need to get another laser energy transmitter, but basically, you can use the batteries, the power blocks, as a split point. Because the laser power transmitters will pull power from the power blocks. So by having that one there, I'll then be able to put another transmitter directly below it and have it continue down, while this transmitter beams power off that direction. What I'm likely to end up doing is probably change things up a bit, because this is a rather inefficient way of using the transmitters and the blocks, as I have another power block down here. Wow, 100 iron ore already. It's crazy how fast you can mine on this difficulty. And, yeah, so I'm going to redesign that a bit. I'm going to get the copper hooked up, but I think that's better off waiting for next time, as we're at about the 25-minute mark here. So, thank you very much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If so, leave me a like and tell me what you liked. If not, leave me a dislike and tell me what I can do better. Either way, if you want to see more of these, please click subscribe, and I'll see you next time.